Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning into Live with Andy. I'm your host, Andy Dybala, coming at you from Lubbock, Texas. In the desert over here, it's getting kind of cold, and I see there's a big cold front going across the United States. So all you guys are bundled in right now in the north. So make sure you send give me a like and send a share. Share this video with your family. Share it with your friends. Spread the news a little bit. Share the love, pretty much. All right, there's been a lot of talk about Yeezy, Kanye West in the news lately. He's been taking on the deep state a lot in the past couple of years. He's been backing. I don't know if he backs Donald Trump, but he's definitely worn the MAGA hat and shown some support. I've been to a Trump rally where they had like a little fake Kanye West model, little art piece of art, and everyone was going by and taking pictures with it. At the time, it was kind of cool. So I'm going to dig into his big interview right now. I have a bunch of clips lined up. Thank you to Anomaly on Twitter. I'm going to be sharing some of the clips, and I'm also just going to be playing like the first like 10-15 minutes of the interview as a whole, because I mean it can go uncut and it's very interesting, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. I also have a Joseph Biden Dossier. I'm going to be digging a little bit into his background, some of the companies he's donated to, some of the nonprofits he started himself. It also highlights some of his family members and some of his acquaintances' backgrounds, like where they went to school, what businesses they started. So I thought it was a little bit of importance, because I know our crowd out there in neighborhood news likes to do their research. And what else do I got? I saw the LaRouche PAC has also been digging into the CRDF Global in their counter disinformation unit that they started with Ukraine and the United States Department of Defense in England. And I'm also going to be showcasing some of the work they've been doing with Ukraine and SARS and some of our medicine. They've funded over 5,000 research projects of scientists in Ukraine, and a lot of that included the bats and their the whole disease scope when it comes to them. And Metabiota, I forgot to mention, Metabiota is also involved in these CDRF global projects, and that's Mr. Biden, Burisma and Hunter Biden. You know the deal with Ukraine and all them. So without further ado, I'm just waiting for the chat to kind of build up. I'm reading and talking at the same time, so that's why I'm stumbling over my speech a little bit. It's hard to be a jack of all trades. But we got Norman Smith in the chat. Rock and roll ain't noise pollution. That is correct. We need I believe that's AC/DC. I hope I'm correct. My dad would be quite mad at me if I didn't know that. We got Jan Blackman. Good afternoon, son. Freedom 123. Greetings, Andy and Norman and Wendy. Hello, Wendy. Welcome everyone to the chat. Oh, we got Rose Belitza in here. Oh, haven't seen Rose in a while. So I'm going to be getting into the Kanye interview. I know you guys are like, I don't really want to listen to Andy talk so much. Let's hear a little bit of the Kanye interview. We're going to play the first couple minutes, and then I'm going to get into some snippets later on with my commentary as we go. So here we go.
So like, what was the discrepancy with Adidas? I just didn't have the relationships with the factories at that time, and I was managing a lot of ideas. Like I was a new dad. I was newly married. I had a bunch of team, like a big team of designers with me, and we hadn't established who we were. We were still fighting to get our respect. in fashion. So there's a lot of fights at the same time. So we had to go and basically
what we see on the screen right now, Ye is buying Parler. There's actually a rumor out there that between Ye with Parler, Trump with True Social, and we got Elon buying Twitter, that they're just kind of gonna form them all into one big truth, justice, social justice for the right-wing platform. I don't know if that's true. I just want freedom of speech for everyone, whether you're right or left, and just let the facts decide who's right or wrong. There's no sense that you don't need to ban people if you have the facts on your side. Pretty much, that's what I think. I think Corky is on with Professor H. Professor Hamamoto is on with Corky Goss, apparently. Go check that out if you got some time after my show. All right, back to the Kanye West interview.
Intern almost up under these companies.
Because you interned for Louis Vuitton and one time, right?
Okay. Louis Vuitton, Fendi, and we interned in a way at Adidas. I like the licensing deal is my intern to become, more in that Bernard Arnault, Bezos, Elon territory, and just understanding how to, how money works. Like this is first generation. Like you can say, like look at like Jay with the Dossier. This is first generational wealth.
And learn those infrastructures, right?
Yeah, the infrastructure is how to do a factory. Even right now, like when I left Gap, I moved. We made this T-shirt, like all the tremendous stuff we're doing right now, which is a flip on Supreme, where the guy that used to work for me, Tremaine, is now at Supreme, and we can go further into that. A little bit later, but for the main point is, so I took it over to Dove Charney at LA Apparel, and he founded Los Angeles Apparel. So then we made the White Lives Matter tees, and then when I put up the tweet, the DEF CON tweet, now he ain't releasing the tee because he's Jewish. And I'm like, see, this is my exact point that I'm making. Like Jewish people have owned the Black voice. Whether it's through us wearing a Ralph Lauren shirt, or it's all of us being signed to a record label, or having a Jewish manager, or being signed to a Jewish basketball team, or doing a movie on a Jewish platform like Disney. And we understand it's like, I respect what the Jewish people have done.
He's speaking a lot in generalities, as we know, but he is correct on a lot of fronts. And I mean, there's been he's going to get into JP Morgan a little bit, and Jay-Z, and some of the Jewish business practices that are supposedly a secret here in a little bit.
And how they brought their people together. They came into money through the lawyers. When after Wall Street, when all of the like the Catholics, they wouldn't divorce people. Right. So the Jewish lawyers came and they were willing to divorce people. That's when they first came into their money. So like say with me and Jay, with our culture, with the darker Jews. First of all, because you got
it just happens when anybody starts talking deep.
Okay. Yeah. With the dark.
That is pretty funny. He just goes to say the darker Jews, and it's like the air conditioning just came on at the perfect moment.
The 12 lost tribes of Israel, who we are, because we Jewish also. We from Africa also. We're the blood of Christ. So we're not just Black. We are Jew, just like the Jewish people. And now we're coming into money. But the main thing is, I got to drink the Dossier over the Hennessy as the first step to us coming together, like how the Jewish people came together. But we couldn't even talk about, I remember Ben Horowitz called me after 444 and said, I don't know about Jay giving up Jewish business secrets. And these secrets,
we was talking about building up the properties and stuff like that.
Yeah,
on 444.
These secrets they not finna be a secret no more. Like if somebody tells me something.
For those of you that don't know who Jay is, Jay-Z, he's the big famous rapper. Beyonce, he might just be called Beyonce's husband at this point. Bey might be bigger than Jay at this point. I'm not 100% sure, but not in the eyes of a businessman, because Jay You know what? In all his rap songs, H to the Izzo. He calls his company Rock Nation, short for Rockefeller Records. Jay-Z and Rockefeller. That's actually how Kanye got his, I guess, his start. He was a young up and coming producer / rapper from Chicago. He made beats pretty much. And for all you older generation out there that don't know, so he made beats and he got on the radar of Jay-Z and he started making a bunch of beats for Jay-Z, and eventually he came out with his own record, College Dropout, and I guess the rest is history from this point on. But yeah, Jay-Z, he holds up the rock, for all you Illuminati fans out there. Jay-Z, just look at it as all his videos, holding up the rock at Rockefeller Records. That's how Kanye got his start. So he's going to have a lot. I just want to let you guys got to know he's going to have a lot of insight to what's going on into the deep state and their whereabouts. If he's like they say, he's a genius. So if his eyes are open and he's aware and he's hearing these things in the back rooms, he's hearing Jay-Z whisper stuff. He's supposedly, I'm going to play later on, Kim K and the Clintons are in it with each other. So Kanye has probably heard a lot of different stories and a lot of different theories in the back channels of hip hop. So he's going to know what he's talking about. That's why this is very important.
Me somebody like, yo, I want to tell you this, but it's a secret. I'm like, I'm not your personal hard drive. Like, if you want to be a secret, don't tell me. I'm not here to keep nobody's secrets, because it's only the truth that's going to set us free. And what they do is the Jewish community, especially in the music industry, they'll take, in the entertainment period, they'll take one of us, the brightest of us, right, that can really feed a whole village, and they'll take us and milk us till we die. And then Stevie Wonder.
Just to pause it for a second, I gotta show it to you guys. Here's Jay-Z holding up the Rockefeller Records sign. For all you Illuminati fans out there, Rockefeller Records. That's in the name. The Rockefellers. That's who's funding Jay-Z. That's what Kanye is going to get into. He gets into a little bit in the interview how hip hop kind of pushes towards the drug culture, pushes towards the gang culture. And it leads black youth down the wrong direction. And that's why he started to be more spiritual when it came to his music. So, just show you the Jay-Z Rockefeller Illuminati connection. Back to the interview, though. Here we go.
Your son got to get a job, right? But Cameron Azoff got a job at Apple. He's already set up because of the way Azoff is connected. And we have to make our own connections. That's what I saw. What I loved about it, I love Dove just as a human being.
And this is the guy from Adidas?
Dove is from American Apparel.
Okay.
But I'm talking about put out my White Lives Matter tee. The White Lives Matter tee don't say nothing. It don't say DEF CON or nothing on it, right? I'm like, put it out. And he's telling me like, yo, I want you to visit the Holocaust Museum. And I was like, yo, I want you to visit Planned Parenthood. That's our Holocaust Museum. I'm like, yo, I put my life on this at this point, because they've been fucking with me too long. They put the crazy narrative out there. My Jewish trainer, Harley Pasternak, who's Lizzo's trainer, put it out when I went to the hospital, put it in the press.
All right, give me a second here. I'm just showing you the White Lives Matter shirt. It's from Fox News. So Kanye got banned off Instagram for this picture right here. Right-wing spokesperson for, I guess, the black culture. Candace Owens. I don't know how else to explain her rise to fame, but yeah, she speaks for the black people when it comes to freedoms, and she's right wing. And she, I guess, partnered up with Kanye. This was a little publicity stunt where they wore their life White Lives Matter shirt at an event, and Ye ended up getting banned off Instagram, and he's been banned off Twitter, and that's why Norman's saying he's buying Parler now so he can get his message out to the public. But back to the interview.
I got a bunch of.
This is what I'm going to do as we go here. I'm going to let him talk, and I'm going to show you little snippets and facts from what he's talking about. Ooh.
As it went to the hospital, it didn't go to the press. They did that just like they did in the documentary on the 3rd episode to say, we love Ye like the rest of y'all. We know he a genius like the rest of y'all, but sometimes you got to turn the camera off on him. So they'll go and get a dude that's supposed to be my friend that's been taping me the whole time and buy this nigga out for $30 million.
I thought you co-signed that.
I ain't co-signing, but you get used to that. Paparazzi.
I don't have the beep button, ladies and gentlemen, so back off when it comes to some of the language here. I don't give a shit anyway. It's my channel.
Taking a picture of you ain't getting no money off it.
Right.
You just get used to getting screwed by the Jewish media. And I'm saying, y'all done poked the bear too fucking long. When I wore the White Lives Matter tee, I had 4 SoFi Stadium shows. They canceled my shows. I said it's up. And let me tell you one thing. It's like if a black man is caught with something in the car or something, everybody in the car is going to go to jail with him, right? But if a black man can play basketball or rap, only he gets the record deal. So meaning like if one black man does something bad, all the other blacks get caught with him. If one black man does something good, nobody else gets nothing with him. It's a reverse for the Jewish people, right? If a Jewish person could repeatedly fucks me on a deal, it's just them. It's just the businessman. It's not the people. It's not nobody else. But if a Jewish person does good, all of their people eat with them. That's one of the flips. I got to tell you something.
And that's been a story throughout hip-hop history, pretty much. That's why it's important to, they say, like, own your own records, own your own media. Don't let the record labels own your content, because they're going to make all the money on the back end. And that's a tried and true story for young artists out there. They have to learn to kind of tough it out in the beginning, because they won't get that limelight and that spotlight. But in the end, if your talent is good enough, you're going to own your own content, and you don't have to worry about, like, what he's saying. A lot of the record companies, the record labels at the time, they were Jewish owned. And I don't know if you saw the Straight Outta Compton movie about the F the Police, Ice Cube, and Dr. Dre. That was pretty much what that story was about. It was like a Jewish record producer that was pretty much stealing all the money, and he got together with Eazy-E, and them two were making all the money, and that's why Ice Cube broke up and the gang broke up pretty much, and they all split off in their own directions. Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, blah blah blah. I don't know if you guys know your rap history. I don't know if I know it either. I got some basic knowledge of it. I'll share it with you. But yeah, we're just all throughout history, Jewish record producers taking advantage of the rap industry. But also, I'd like to point out too, with like the whole Gary Webb story, he kind of exposed that they were using drug money in the hood in Los Angeles to fund the weapons deal in the war in South America. So they were, through music, through gangster music, they were pushing drugs, they were pushing weapons, they were pushing this culture that was not good for Black people. And yeah, you saw the destruction, crack get into the communities, and that a lot of that is to do with the CIA. And I'm assuming the Jewish company and the CIA talk to each other on a regular basis.
Where is a Black guy that has a Jewish
Back
person
to the
signed
interview.
to him? Point it out. Tell me that. Where is a Black person that's signed to a Jewish person? All of them. Basically basically 90% of them. So what I'm saying is, y'all done.
Oh, Parler's CEO is married to Candace Owens. I did not know that. That's a good bit of information there, Freedom 123. Cocaine Import Agency, the CIA. Thank you, Dr. Cat. That is pretty much what they were doing. Here we go.
Poke the bear too many times. Y'all should have learned with Drake. Y'all should have learned with Puff. Y'all should have learned with Hove. Y'all dealing with a different kind of animal here. You know, everybody wants to say I'm 730. Well, I'm going to use that to my advantage. I told y'all I was the leader. I told y'all I'm going to free my people in the name of God, and I will put my life at risk, because if I wasn't in a glass prison, just like Larry Hoover's in a real prison, then I would have had to say so when my kids go to school. I go into my kids' school, I see Hanukkah books, then I see Kwanzaa. Christmas is Christ's Mass. Where's Jesus in the school where all the celebrities are paying for their kids to go?
Cell? I'm sorry. What did you
like,
say?
hey, I'm talking about.
Right.
But ain't nobody listening to me type shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm in like a glass box of like celebrity with a bunch of handlers around me and shit, and people colluding behind my back and being like, is he ramped up? What we gonna say now? What I told y'all, because I talked to Larry Jackson last night and he was like, yo.
From iTunes.
Yeah, but now he's got his own deal. He started telling me how Clive Davis changed his life. And I talked to him for 6 minutes. He said, well, usually we talk back and forth. I said, Larry, this is my life, though. I'm letting you know so you can let everybody know what it is. What it is at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of y'all no more. And we don't have to be afraid. I understand that.
And that's an attitude we all need to start taking. We can't be afraid anymore. We can't be afraid of these people. They're taking away our freedoms. We see these videos in China. You don't have your COVID passport. They lock you away. They take you to freedom. They're closing bank accounts. They had COVID zones for people in Australia. They locked down society in general. They're trying to do it again for this next election. I think for the only way they're going to win again is if they get their rat line mail-in ballots, and so they're going to start pushing COVID again. But I have no idea what I'm talking about at this point, how it relates to Kanye anymore. I'm just going to get back to the interview. I do that a lot. They got us
so paid off every which way. They cutting down. And my whole point just off the tweet, the fact that, what does that even mean, what I said? And the fact that I got taken off proves my point. Jamie Lee Curtis went on TV and said, I hope they take his children away from him. Wow. I hope they take his children away from him. Everybody they put out, Triple X, Tupac, that's what Larry was saying. Right. My response was, well, I guess I'm next then.
Right.
That's you start speaking the truth, they'll off you nowadays. We've seen that with what was it, like Linkin Park's singer, he Chester Bennington or whatever his name is. He was going to start he was making a documentary about pedophilia. The singer for Soundgarden, he was starting to expose some of this stuff. You see celebrities that start speaking truths out there, and they seem to disappear for good. And especially when it's in the rap community, when it comes to Biggie, when it comes to Tupac, he's mentioning Triple Extension, who's a recent rapper who died. Don't be aware. I see there's a celebrity named MIA out there. We fly like paper, get high like planes. That chick, she's starting to speak some truths. Beware if you're a celebrity out there and you start undercovering what's really going on behind the scenes, because they'll put an end to it.
Because it's
But Kanye, he's saying that right now to put it out there, to be like, this will be they'll off me for this reason. And he's saying that will have a greater impact. If they off him right now, that will have a greater impact than if they let him live. Because if they let him live, they're just going to keep through the Jewish media, they're just going to keep pushing the Kanye narrative. So this is why he's saying this, kind of protect his ass a little bit.
backing down at this point. I talked to Cube because Cube been labeled an anti-Semite. First of all, we are Semite. We Jew. So I can't be anti-Semite.
Right.
First of all, I need my 4 stadiums back. The 78 media outlets that called me abuser when I was trying to get that heroin addict away from my kids that was tattooing my kids' names on them, Skeet,
right.
Pete Davidson.
Right.
They popping up. You know what I'm saying? It's like they Trevor Noah, not even from America.
Right.
He just looked black. Right?
Yeah, Kanye, I don't know if you guys know, he was saying that Kim K stole his kids. So Travis Scott, which was Kylie's boyfriend, who's another famous rapper, ended up sharing the address of the kids with Kanye. But I think there's a little more to that story. You know, there's I hate to get into Pizzagate type stuff, but Kanye's aware of what's going on. He knows what goes on behind the scene. You know, you see Joe Biden sniffing. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Joe Biden sniffing girls' hair recently. I think I actually got it. You got Joe Biden sniffing girls' hair. You got the whole Pizzagate theory. I think he might have actually been scared for his children's well-being and his children's life. And you know, you see, there's a Illuminati. I don't know. I'm getting super conspiratorial because obviously he is on this, but there's like an Illuminati, I guess, rule out there to in order make it up into the higher levels, you have to make a sacrifice within your family, within your friends, whoever it may be. You know, Joe Biden had to make a sacrifice. His son, Obama, had to sacrifice himself. I don't know. I'm just making some stuff up. But, you know, Kim K, she gets to the higher levels. He's going to get into her relationships with the Clintons and the deep states and how they push vaccines. You never know. You might have to make a sacrifice. And I think he get into a whole adrenochrome and Pizzagate stuff. I think he was worried for his kids' well-being.
Gonna say, yo, Kim, it's gonna get dangerous. So they putting all that, he crazy. He's so OJ. Nori just want the family back together.
Right.
I just want the family back together.
Right.
Kim is a Christian. On TMZ, I just saw yesterday, they said Pete Davidson and Kim have sex by the fireplace to honor their grandmother. It's Jewish Zionists that's about that life, that's telling this Christian woman that has 4 black children to put that out as a message in the media. So when I drive by and I see the Hulu ads and I say,
I mean, I've laid down by a fireplace before, but the last person I'm thinking of is my grandma. It's a little bit weird, Kim and Pete. A little bit weird. I wonder if both of them were on the black tar heroin at that time.
I say the Chase Morgan ads, I'm gonna let y'all know right now, the devil is a defeated foe. You can't poison me. And by the way, y'all done already fuck with me so much. Y'all already black mirrored me. You already made everybody think I'm crazy. You already took my family away. You already separated all my friends. I don't got no celebrity friends. Because when I was on TV, on Instagram saying, I don't know where my child is, and the Kardashians kidnapped my daughter in public, and I didn't have the address of my child, none of these niggas that want to say something
Travis
now.
gave you the address, though, right?
Travis gave me the address.
Right.
But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these niggas, all you fake hard niggas, fuck you. Hold on. Okay. All you fake hard niggas, fuck you. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck because you can't shoot nobody anyway. And the reason why you got to talk is because you did a deal, you fucking fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why.
He's talking about Meek Mill, who went to prison. And I don't know if you saw, like, back during, I think it was like when Hillary and Trump were running, they had free Meek Mill was a big thing on amongst the rap community. That's why he's calling him a Fed, because he's working with the feds. You got Puff Daddy. His partner is Biggie. That was how Puff Daddy rose the fame, off the back of the notorious B.I.G. calling him a Fed. I think that's important. He starts calling like all these upper echelon characters in the rap community. He calls them Feds pretty much because they're working with them. They're pushing agendas within the black community. You see the pushing vaccines upon the black community, even though it was shown that it was worse off for them. COVID was worse if you were a person of color than if you were white. And, we're all figuring out that the vaccines are the thing that were actually worse than COVID. So if you're pushing the vaccines, that goes to show you what they were actually up to. Rose Belitza, thanks for doing this. You are welcome. I know you guys might not like to watch the whole thing, and you guys might not understand what's going in the background. I'm a little bit younger. Rap was my music of choice while I was growing up, so that's why I kind of know a little bit about this stuff.
That's why you got to come at me, because part of the deal for you to be a do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you're going to go pull my co-car. So y'all niggas shut the fuck up about me. Now let me say it calm. You niggas shut the fuck up about Michael.
Right.
I'm Michael now.
Right,
Every Michael you can think of, but mostly Godfather Michael now. No. I'm Michael now. I'm Michael now. I am the richest.
Right. They say you're the richest black man in American history.
In history.
In American
history.
Can we make some noise for that? Goddamn it.
So I want y'all to run up on me.
That's something I actually didn't know until I watched this interview. Like, Kanye West is the richest black man in American history. That's an impressive feat, especially when you're anti-deep state. You're anti-Jewish company. He kind of figured out, I don't know if he knew some of this stuff before he kind of rose to fame, but he's a pretty intelligent person. It seems like he knew what he was doing, playing the media, playing Jay-Z, playing some of these people to get his message out there and get popular enough till he had I'm an Adam Carolla fan, so I'm going to steal a little thing from Adam Carolla. He doesn't have fuck you money. He has fuck me money. So Kanye, it doesn't matter. He's the richest black man in American history. It doesn't matter at this point to him anymore. He doesn't need to make more generational wealth because he already has it. So he can, if you start kind of poking, like he's saying, you start poking the bear. He's like, I know some things, and I'll continue talking. So it's very interesting, this interview, and I hope he keeps talking and doing more interviews in the future here.
No, I want y'all to come kill me. No. I want you to smack me. No. I want you to do all the shit you rap about. No. All the shit you rap about. I want you to come do it now. Come down to this joint right now, please. Or otherwise, shut the fuck up unless you was there when the Kardashians kidnapped my kids. You understand? Now go and get y'all some motherfucking business while we go and get free. Because I'm Moses out here. You know what I'm saying? I watched the George Floyd documentary that Candace Owens put up. One of the things that his two roommates said was...
Before he gets into George Floyd, I would like to point out it does almost seem now that they get these giant artists so wrapped up in money, drugs, and women, so they don't really understand what's going on. Normally, when you get the Kanye character, all you're doing is taking pictures on Instagram, on Twitter of you in some Ferraris with some chicks with some big butts, and you're drinking some champagne by a pool, whatever it is. You're trying to act cool. That's usually what you do when, you're you're a mega star in the entertainment entertainment industry. So I think they just try to throw as much drugs, as much money, and as much women at these people, so they never are awake. Like Kanye, I guess I'll consider Kanye woke. He's more woke than anyone at this point. So yeah, they just try to dumb them down so they can't use their influence. They can't do research. They can't figure out what's really happening by the scenes with the Jewish company, pretty much what Kanye is talking about. And they're just worried about their fame and fortune. And that's why this is so interesting, because Kanye, he like did it, but he always kept clean somehow. And he kept his eyes open, which is an impressive feat, I will say.
They want a tall guy like me. They want a tall guy like me. And the day when he died, he said a prayer for, 8 minutes. Mm. He said a prayer for 8 minutes. They hit him with the fentanyl. If you look, the guy's knee wasn't even on his neck like that. When he said mama is his girlfriend. They said he screamed for his mama. Mama was his girlfriend. It's in the documentary. But something that hit me, that fucked me up when I was watching the documentary, and it said, they want a tall guy like me. When I looked at that image of him, this tall black dude with the bald head, he reminded me of somebody else. Who do you think he reminded me of?
Virgil.
He reminded me of Virgil. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna cry in front of y'all because that's how they get me, right?
Right.
But I know that we lost him. And I know that this white company, Louis Vuitton, is now making statues of him, like as a martyr. And we don't know why exactly. We say it's cancer.
But I want to be careful with this subject because.
Wait a second, but tell me, could you even really run this interview? Because Mav didn't run my interview.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They blocked me out. The Jewish media blocked me out. This shit lit, right? I'm lit, right? I'm lit. Right. I'm lit. You know what I'm saying? JP Morgan, I put $140 million into JP Morgan, and they treated me like shit. So if JP Morgan Chase is treating me like that, how they treating the rest of y'all?
That's outrageous, yeah.
And this murder was for Chase accounts.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I am outraged. By the time people they want to calm it down.
Because no matter what, you didn't break no law.
I didn't break a law. I didn't break a law.
The bank shouldn't be a judge or jury on anything that's going on.
But this is it's like a social contract.
He broke the law of, I was just going to say it, of social justice, pretty much. Once you break the law of social justice, they will cancel you. They're pretty much doing to Kanye what they did to Russia. Like, hey, Russia, you're attacking Ukraine. We're canceling. You're not allowed to bank anymore. You're not allowed to. No countries are taking your oil anymore. We're cutting off all your money sources, all your links to the internet, outside sources gone. No communication. That's what they're doing to Kanye. They're cutting them off because you can't go woke. And when it comes to right wing wokeness.
Candace Owens has a word for it, I'm forgetting, but it's basically like they told Candace Owens she couldn't hang out with me. I'm here because I didn't have no outlet. I was on Tucker.
I love how they're freaking probably doing one of the most important interviews in the past 5 years. I don't know how much influence this will have. And there's someone blowing grass off the sidewalk in the background. Like, please, producer, go out there and be like, I got Yeezy. He's taking down the deep state. Shut off the lawnmower, shut off the blower so we can hear what he's saying. You can tell he's even distracted. He's like, what is going on back there?
Tucker Carlson, right? And people, Trump supporters, they think it's so, they think it's nice that a black guy supports Trump. But it's like, would they really support me when I do? Because they said legally I'm not allowed to say what's happening in 2024. But all those people that love me when I run against, when I wore the hat, right? Would they Would they support me? I got to say something about the hat. That's one of the things that really drove me to the edge.
Some of the MAGA hat.
The MAGA hat. Imagine your own wife telling you, "Oh, the hat's small dick energy." Meanwhile, the Clintons got them trying to get people to get vaccinated. I know somebody, I'm not going to say his name, where Kim and Chris got on the phone with them trying to get them to push the vaccination to Black people. Meaning that's how in tuned and how aligned with the Clintons that the Kardashians were through Corey.
Oh.
Through Corey. Corey is a plant. Corey was, Puff Daddy, Manny. You get what I'm saying? Then he was with Justin Bieber when Justin Bieber got in trouble. And then when Bruce did a transition to Caitlyn, he popped up. Now he run around like he Kylie Daddy. But he's there for the agenda and controlling the power of that family.
Corey,
for you,
that's the mom's new boyfriend. Corey, I got some more clips. I'm gonna put the full interview in the chat. You guys can continue the interview. I should do this after because you guys are probably going to go watch it instead of watching me. But I got some clips I'm going to show. Don't go anywhere. I got some interesting, like the most interesting clips of the interview. I just thought that the first 20 minutes were just banging, and he was hitting some home runs, and I thought it was very important to you guys to kind of hear the whole thing because I've been watching a little bit of early morning news as I wake up and drink my cup of coffee in the morning, and I follow along what's going on. And I see I'll watch whole interviews, and they'll take snippets of the interviews and just kind of push their narrative the way they want it. And they won't play the whole thing. And they kind of lead people they do lead people in the wrong direction when it comes to what's going on. And they make people look bad with good editing. And it's a story that's done time and time again. So make sure you go watch the whole interview after you get done with my show. But yeah, he's talking about Corey, the mom's boyfriend. I guess he was with Puff Daddy. Once again, Puff Daddy. He was Puff Daddy's nanny, I guess, something like that. I did not know this. But Puff Daddy, Biggie, Notorious B.I.G., Federale, Fed, Corey who? Do I really have to show this to you guys? Corey Kardashian. He's the mom's boyfriend. Come on, guys. Do I know more about the Kardashians than you guys? That guy. Apparently, he was the nanny for her Puff Daddy, according to Kanye West. We all know the story of Notorious B.I.G. What happened there? Then he went, who did he say he went over? He went over to someone else, Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber got heavy into drugs and had to make a recovery and stuff. And then as soon as Bruce Jenner makes the change, he goes to the Kardashian family, and the Kardashians are pushing vaccines and apparently working behind the scenes with Clinton, according to Kanye. And Corey is the family spy for the feds. That's what I'm taking it. That's how I'm taking it. Maybe with a little bit of a grain of salt, but that's out of Kanye's mouth, not mine. So here's a little bit more of this interview. Once again, I find it. See, as soon as I shared that video, you guys all went to the show. You guys don't want to hear what I got to say, but I got more for you. I guess this one's pretty good.
For the Jewish people, what I'm doing is I'm Me Tooing the Jewish culture. I'm saying y'all got to stand up and admit to what y'all been doing. And y'all just got away with it for so long that y'all don't even realize what y'all doing. And it's like, y'all can't fuck with me either because y'all behind that gated fence, y'all soft, your hands got soft. You ain't out here getting beat up every day like me. You ain't out here getting called crazy every day like me. You ain't out here getting your family snatched like me. You ain't out here half your culture getting aborted like me. You ain't out here getting outraged with false narratives like BLM like me. So for all the Jewish media, y'all want to sit down and have a conversation with me? Then let's have a conversation. But you ain't gonna send Harley Pasternak, Puff Daddy, Meek Mills, Kim Kardashian, none of the usual suspects, and get me to stop talking. You're going to.
So what he's talking about, when Kanye starts speaking up, I have no idea why I know so much about Kanye. I didn't even prep for the show. I just pay attention and I know. But when Kanye starts speaking up, they start like Snoop Dogg starts calling him an Uncle Tom. What do you say? Like P. Diddy, Meek Mill. They all start calling him an Uncle Tom pretty much, especially when he put on the MAGA hat. They were like, F you, blah, blah, blah. And what he's saying, that's all part of the Jewish narrative. He's pretty much like, these guys maybe on my side, they maybe not, but we don't even know because the people paying them are telling them to say this about me to make me look like a crazy person. Because when I start speaking truth, they could just be like, Kanye is crazy. He's a conspiracy theorist. He's on drugs, whatever it may be. That's what they're trying to do to his image. And he's out there like, no. He's like, I'm sane. I'm level-headed. I'm the richest black man in American history. I know what I'm doing. I'm the greatest rapper. He's one of the greatest, like, he's an awesome artist. He's a genius. He knows what he's talking about. And he's saying, you guys can't label me as this anymore. And that's why he told all of them to F off in an earlier part of the interview, but here we go.
To have to take my life. I don't care if you Black Mirror me. I don't care if you do some of the alternative, what the thing was, show me talking, saying somebody didn't say. I don't care if you have me fucking a goat on camera. I don't care what you do. You're going to have, yeah. And by the way, and if you take my life, there's going to be some college kid, some young Ye, some young Pac that's going to even go harder. It's going to, y'all thought George Floyd was going to send it up. If you took my life right now, you're going to see something you never saw. So we might as well have a conversation because I love you. I love the media platform.
And we love Jewish people. And we love Jewish people.
But I'm very mad. Yeah. I have a problem. The conversation ain't over. It ain't, okay, yay, clarify. It ain't nothing to be clarified until we have a conversation. You got Jamie Lee Curtis on TV.
Okay, there's part of the there's that clip where he he gets in. Oh, sorry. Where he gets into like if he's murdered, how big it'll be. Okay, I got the Fed, heroin addict. And he's also digs into the Me Too movement thing. He's pretty much saying like, hey, you guys like are out there appreciating the Holocaust. It's like not only it's like we got black slavery that's part of our history, which you can blame on England, Spain, and France, and the Dutch. Don't blame America, blame England, France, Spain, and the Dutch for Germany. Please, everyone. Please, everyone. We abolished it here. We fought a war over it. But either way, not only do you have slavery going on, you got Planned Parenthood going on. And Planned Parenthood, as we know, they target the black community with abortions, and which isn't good for the population. Not only that, you look at school systems within the inner city. They're pushing this rap music. They're putting drugs into the inner cities. It's like this whole. I hate to say it's a systemic approach, but yeah, the bad guys are taking a systemic approach in some ways towards the black community, and that's what Kanye is trying to highlight. And he's not going over like the basic stuff like that they talk about. He's getting into the real deal Holyfield stuff. But here's another clip. Yeah, this is the Planned Parenthood clip.
Okay, later, but for the main point is, so I took it over to Dove Charney at LA Apparel, and he founded Los Angeles Apparel. So then we made the White Lives Matter tees, and then when I put up the tweet, the DEF CON tweet, now he ain't releasing the tee because he's Jewish. And I'm like, see, this is my...
I guess we already played that in the beginning of the show. But here is Kanye talking about Kim working with the Clintons. This is a part of a different interview that he did with Chris Cuomo.
For many people who threatened my life, also, my family was torn apart off of my political opinion because of my ex-wife's attachment
Portugal
to
too, Charles. Thank you.
Administration. I mean, they were getting
Clark.
My ex-wife to push the vaccination. I didn't.
Sorry, I was talking over the important part. But hey, Greg Clark. Hey, people in the chat. Thanks for tuning in again and coming back.
Also, my family was torn apart off of my political opinion because of my ex-wife's attachment to the Clinton administration. I mean, they were getting my ex-wife to push the vaccination. I didn't realize how attached they were to the left agenda when I was
Vaccinations are not a left agenda. Yay.
Okay, I understand. Okay, not specifically the vaccinations.
Chris Cuomo glosses over the Clintons and the Kardashians working together and pushing the vaccines. He just, vaccinations weren't a left agenda. Yay. You know why he says that? Because he doesn't want to be blamed for the same shit that Kanye is blaming Kardashians for. It's a human rights agenda. Why is it's doing it again?
Many people who threaten.
Here we go.
Yay.
Okay, I understand. Okay, not specifically the vaccinations, but period, that they're on Zoom calls during COVID with literally Biden and Kamala and Chris Paul and all kind of people, celebrities, John Legend, Chrissy Teigen, all these same group of people that come and attack me for what they call wrong think groups, you know.
And look, you don't have to like it. You don't have to like it. You don't have to say what people want you to say, but you have to understand and accept what people will and won't tolerate.
I don't have to understand or accept because they're not willing to understand or accept. And that's the reason why I'm not backing down. People have had their careers destroyed. That's why they keep on saying, oh, well, yeah, Ye's dangerous because he will keep talking. He will keep talking.
You say. It's when you say Jewish people own the black vote. When I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people.
The black voice.
These are not things that you can say coming from a place of intelligence or love or anything productive.
I'm coming from a place of love and a place of we're not going to be owned by the Jewish media anymore. If you think about every celebrity,
Kanye.
If you look at their
Kanye is like talking to a person that's like 100% bought, sold, owned by the Jewish media. So it's going to be kind of hard to get his point across the
contract.
Chris Cuomo.
And I'm going to finish what I'm saying.
I know, but you have to understand this idea of the Jewish media. That's not how it works. You're talking to me right now.
So every celebrity,
go ahead.
Every celebrity has Jewish people in their contract. This is not hate speech. This is the truth. And these people, if you say anything out of the line with the agenda, then your career could be over.
Listen,
So Kanye is pretty much talking about right there. You know, they got these handlers. You got your publicist pretty much that goes like, oh shit, Kanye's going off the deep end. We gotta tell him to hush up. We gotta come out with a press release tomorrow, and Kanye's gonna have to apologize and kind of state that he was just in a frantic state of mind or something, and blah blah blah. That's what he's talking about. And those people are paid, like in the entertainment industry, like Chris Cuomo, CNN, they have a publicist in the back that's telling them what they can and cannot say. Every rapper out there, every person in the entertainment industry has a publicist telling them what they can or cannot say. And and it seems to be in Kanye's mind that celebrities are allowed to push left wing. I don't mean to make it left or right, but that's what it is at this point, that celebrities are allowed to push left-wing agendas when it comes to their publicists, and when it comes to the right-wing agenda, like anti-vax, looking into the Biden's connections, all this stuff, like it's frowned upon, and it's like, and it's no, and it's cancel culture, and they'll send the fake Twitter bots after you, and then the real people start seeing what the fake Twitter bots are doing, and the next thing you know, no one's buying Kanye West records, and everyone hates him. And that's what they're going to try to do to him, and that's what the publicists are trying to prevent in the back room. And he's just saying it's all what the Jewish company wants to be heard or not heard. Pretty much, it's not left, right. It's about them. All right, and here's a different part about in the interview where Kanye talks about Joe Biden having money in Ukraine.
Spill over into nuclear war? We don't know. It could be World War III.
Biden got money in Ukraine. You understand
we
that,
know
right?
that it's nefarious what's going on.
You understand Biden has money in Ukraine.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
what is Kanye?
Absolutely. Like everyone knows this for a fact nowadays. Absolutely. It's not even a question. Biden has money in Ukraine. Absolutely. This guy, I don't know how much research he's done into politicians and politics. Just agrees because it's just common knowledge at this point. And yet he got elected, and yet we're sending billions of dollars to Ukraine.
What is Ye doing?
And that's out of being selfish, right? You know what I'm saying? I'd be fine to not have any money whatsoever and be able to make the monasteries. That is my main focus, is the monasteries.
But you fucking Putin back in the days.
Absolutely. And Putin would love a monastery also. He's an Orthodox Christian, right? So let's ask the head of Ukraine, is he Orthodox Christian?
Head of Ukraine, bring us out.
Zelensky.
I mean, you can ask. You can ask him.
He's a comedian.
You can ask him. He used to be an actor. You can ask him.
He's a comedian.
He's a comedian. You can ask him. I guarantee you could get him. Here, because you know what I mean. So
I doubt we'll get him here, but we could get him here.
I think you get him here.
We get him here.
So what was the question then?
No, I just wanted to know what you thought. What would you do to avoid World War III in this situation?
The world is led by the least noble and the most greedy. These wars and this threat of people dying are based off of Biden and his son's account, Josh Kushner's account. It's based off of a few really greedy people that want to run the world, and they don't care who dies or who they leave.
I think he meant Jared Kushner.
My two daddies don't live like that. That's not what they built, and that's not who they built me to be. I already showed you multiple times, even when I said
two daddies? Pops and God.
Yeah.
Pops and God. He doesn't answer. He doesn't let anyone else answer. He doesn't answer to anyone else. Just Pops and God. But yeah, that's the Kanye interview. I don't have any more. Sorry, I'm going through my Twitter now, looking at some of the things I've bookmarked. But yeah, check that out. Oops, sorry, you can't even see my face. Yeah, that's how I read. I either lean forward or go up. Something's wrong with my eyes. But check that interview out. Ye versus the deep state. Is Ye's voice going to change mind amongst the black culture and just the youth in general? The youth looks up to Ye, and hopefully he opens their eyes to some things. You see in the universities, they're pushing like all these left-wing agendas. They're pushing vaccines, and hopefully some of these people are fans of Kanye, and they start listening. What's that interview about? And then they start looking into the Rockefellers and the Clintons and the Soroses and Biden's connections and all the deep state's connections. And I hope Kanye can open the youth's eyes and have a huge impact among them. Ye is a serious influence. I am tall, Norman, but I do not look like George Floyd, Charles Held Portugal. Oh, Charles getting into enslavers over by Crimea and Turkey. That's when we were talking about. Check out actually Dan Carlin, Hardcore History. He does this awesome podcast, and he dug into the Atlantic slave trade, and he pretty much broke down why it was like the Africans that were used as slaves. Like we came over here with Christopher Columbus, and we went to the Caribbean islands down there, and our disease pretty much killed off what would normally be the slave population. Like normally when colonizers come over to a new land, they take over the territory and they use those people, the people that were there, to start like building societies. And unfortunately for the Spanish, the French, the English, Portuguese, the Indian population, the Native American population died off by disease because, white people came over with all our disease, and their biological systems couldn't handle it. Only if they had Anthony Fauci pushing the vaccines back in the 1500s, would the Native Americans still be alive nowadays. But because the Native American population died off, the French, the English, the Portuguese, the Spanish, they're like, who's going to build our societies for us? We're not going to do this. And they pretty much had a base already set up because they used African slaves in other countries already. And the African slaves were they were like the cream of the crop. I hate to say it. I don't mean to talk about it like this, but they were like the cream of the crop slaves. They were the best slaves. They were carpenters. They were intelligent. They knew about agriculture. The whole shebang. They were pretty much used as society builders by the French, English, Spanish, blah, blah, blah. So what do? We went, not we, I guess, those countries. I said we, white people. White people did kind of do this, but the white people contracted the I can't believe I just said that about myself, but I guess it is what it is. I'm sorry, people, but I don't know why I did Southern accent right there. It's all good. It's all going downhill from here. Excuse me. Beep. Reset. 10 minutes. When you got I need the Adam Sandler flicker right now. But we contracted. I just did it again. White people contracted the black nations of Africa. They went out, captured the smaller tribes, the less powerful tribes. We put them on boats, sent them over here to America, and they were highly skilled slave labor, and that's who built the foundations of America. But go check that out. It's Dan Carlin on Hardcore History. It's a podcast. I listen to it on Apple and iTunes, and it's a fantastic listen if you're driving around the country. It has a nice, soft and soothing voice, and I thought that was a very interesting show, to say the least. But what else I got here for you guys? I think I'm actually I got a couple more things about Kanye. So Kanye, we all know, we just watched that interview. I just want to highlight he's had some troubled history with the deep state, I guess. He's highlighting the Jewish company and stuff. And, he's friends with Jay-Z. He's friends with all these celebrities. And one person, I guess, he tried to be friends with was Obama. And they actually had a very troubling relationship. And I thought this article was interesting because it highlighted just some of what was going on between them. So give me a second here. I'm probably not going to get into the Joe Biden and all that stuff, by the way, just because I didn't realize that all that stuff would take an hour. But here we are. The outline this was written on. The amount of money West has donated to Obama and Trump. Obama was in office for 8 years and nothing in Chicago changed. And this was West, Kanye in April 25. In 2018, during his morning show, radio host Ebro discusses a 30-minute conversation with West in which the rapper allegedly professes love for Trump. Ebro says West told him, "I reached out to Obama for years and I couldn't get anything done. And Trump gave me a meeting," to which Ebro says he responded, "Trump played you, bro." So they're saying Trump was playing Kanye, which may or may not be true. I don't know. If you're trying to drain the swamp, maybe Kanye liked that message. A brief Is this really happening? Here we go. Question. What would you do if America's first president called you a jackass? If you were a multi-platinum Grammy award-winning rapper / producer / fashion designer Kanye West, you'd probably react to becoming the world's most famous Trump supporter. Ever since President Obama was caught lightly disparaging West on a hot mic, the tepid relationship between the two has spilled out into the open. It's complicated. Of course, West has probably long held terrible political view. This is not a nice piece written about Kanye. It was like a left-wing hit piece saying, like, don't associate Kanye with Obama or Trump, pretty much. It's complicated. Of course, West has probably long held terrible political views. An embrace of MAGA is likely due to a number of factors. But the biggest diss West has ever received can't be overlooked, especially considering he name-dropped the former president himself during his April 25th Twitter spree, repeating a right-wing talking point about how Obama failed to stop the violence in Chicago. Here's a look back at Obama and West's long, odd history together. In 1985, Obama moves to Chicago for the first time, where 8-year-old West lives with his mother, Donda. Kanye West released an album called Donda. Obama spends the next 3 years working as a community organizer, leaving and then returning to live in the city in 91. 19, Kanye West's age when Obama was elected to the Illinois Senate in 1997. In 2008, West produces the Jay-Z song Jackin' Jay-Z, in which Jay-Z voices support for Obama. Throughout his presidency, Obama and Jay-Z became friends. Obama and Kanye don't seem to have a similar relationship. Now, I want to take you back. Rewind. Wait. Kanye West and Jay-Z. That was the first time I ever done that. I thought it was funny. But I want to rewind it to the beginning of our show where we were talking about how Jay-Z, I showed you the picture, Rockefeller, Rock Nation. He wants all of his people he's a Rockefeller dude. Bought and sold by Rockefeller. Jay-Z is. And Jay-Z's backing Obama. And Jay-Z probably at that time before Obama, besides like Michael Jordan, was probably the biggest black African-American influencer at the time. One of the biggest, if not the biggest. So if he endorses Obama, paid for by Rockefeller Nation, that's a big thing. And Kanye is signed on to Jay-Z's label at this time. I've met with Jay-Z. I've met with Kanye. The thing about hip-hop today is it's smart. It's insightful. And the way they can communicate a complex message in a very short space is remarkable. And remember earlier in that interview, too, he talks about Jay-Z and how he has these Jewish business secrets that he won't give to Kanye, and they kind of keep it hush-hush in the back. And this is the stuff I think he's talking about, is like the Jewish business secrets is like Rockefeller Nation. They endorse Jay-Z, they fund him, and pretty much Jay-Z does some things that they want them to do. I don't know if that was English at all. But excuse me, I need a drink of water. We continue. Dirt off. See, look at Obama doing the dirt off his shoulders. That was a big Jay-Z song when I was in high school. Get that dirt off your shoulder. And he would just get the dirt off his shoulder. So there you go. Obama and Jay-Z. After Obama was the coolest president of all time. But they say Clinton was the blackest president of all time. After winning this historic election, Obama invites Jay-Z to perform at his neighborhood ball inauguration celebration. Meanwhile, Beyonce sings the national anthem at the ceremony itself, where Jay-Z was also in attendance. West doesn't appear to have been invited, though. He does perform at a satellite ball in Washington, D.C. that weekend, though. Okay, so there's some, and Kanye is a star by this point, 2008. During a break in filming of a 2009 interview for CNBC, Obama is recorded saying he's a jackass about West's infamous interruption of Taylor Swift at the year's MTV Music Awards. The footage of the comment leaks and goes viral. West goes on to apologize to Swift, while Obama never walks back his comments. Excuse me. It probably was a half-assed apology. I'm not even going to look it up. Probably was. They say that was the abomination of Obama's nation. This is a lyric from West's song Power. They say I was the abomination of Obama's nation. Well, that's pretty bad way to start the conversation. You know? Barack doesn't like Kanye. According to Barack, he's a jackass. He's a jackass, but he's talented. You got to give him that. He's talented. Obama in 2012. I don't care if someone's the president or not. I care about thoughts and how you helping people and what you bring to the world. I'm not going to mention him no more. I'm past that. That's out. Man, my eyesight is getting bad. If I stare at a screen for too long, that's out my thoughts. That's lowering my priority of thinking at this point. West, during a 2013 radio interview in response to a question about Obama, saying he don't care no more. During a 2015 speech at Oxford University, I don't know if any of you find this interesting or not, but I do. I do. So if I do, you do. Or else watch a different show. I'm just joking. Please stay and watch me. I'll beg for viewers. Please watch me. Don't go. I was just joking, messing around. During a 2015 speech at Oxford University, West claims he can call up Obama at any time and that Obama calls the home phone, by the way. So he's saying he's got Obama's celly and Obama has West's home phone. You know, he doesn't have the one that goes to the producer, the publicist, the manager. He has a home phone. Shortly thereafter, Obama denies that the two communicate during an appearance on Late Night with Jimmy Kimmel. Then, in October, Obama gives a speech jokingly giving the advice to West, who announces intentions to run for president at that year's VMAs. So Kanye West said he's running for president. Remember when he said George Bush hates black people too? George Bush hates black people. Right by Mike Myers. I completely forgot about that just now. George Bush hates black people. He's pretty much saying they all hate black people. And now you know why. He's officially telling you why. Government, politicians. I guess he's not telling you why. He's telling you what they did. So here's a picture. To Kanye and Kim, thanks for the support and best wishes to your lovely daughter. You know, this is why Kanye was worried about his kids when they got kidnapped. He's afraid Obama was going to adrenochrome his kids. Just watch a TV show about houses. I forget the name of it, where they talked about adrenochrome. This is what he's afraid about. He's like, why are you looking at my kids, Obama? We all know in Pizzagate, Obama and Joe Biden. They gave each other pizza bracelets, little pizza emblems on their bracelets. They would sign. They would put a. I'm surprised there's not. They cut the signature off on this picture because he signed it with a little pizza. This is what Kanye's worried about. Getting Obama Pizzagate and his kids. It's like, you better not kidnap my family. I know what you deep state goons do. You guys are sick people. I don't know if I believe everything that comes out of my mouth, but sometimes I do. After Trump wins the 2016 After Trump wins the 2016 presidential election, West began hinting at a 2024 run. He tells a crowd at one of his concerts that if he had voted, he would have voted for Trump. Oh, the amount of money, zero, I mean, the amount of money West has donated to Obama and Trump, nothing. Obama was in office for 8 years and nothing in Chicago changed. I already went over that. All right, that's a brief history. So you got Obama, Kanye strife. You got George Bush and Kanye strife. He's called out Biden now. If anyone's an anti-government, anti-deep state voice at this point, I'm giving it to Ye. I can't wait till his next album. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna buy it like the moment it comes out. The moment it comes out. And Kanye, you don't have to go on the Breakfast Club or whatever that show, Dips and Chip, whatever shows those are. Come on Live with Andy, Kanye. Let's have some fun. I'll have a little bit more fun with you than those guys. They don't even know what you're talking about. You know? Pizza bracelets are foul. Y'all know a Comet Pizza. God, that's where he thought his kids went, was a Comet Pizza. He thought they got kidnapped there. So he was like, don't take my kids. Don't take them. So I believe actually, I don't know. Should I get into it? No, I'll save it for another show. We got more days this week. We're going for an hour and 20 minutes now. Please give me a follow on Twitter if you guys don't know. I'll share my Twitter real quick. Live with Andy. I post some. You guys can see. I try to keep it lighthearted during my shows. Try to keep it lighthearted on Twitter as well. Ooh, you can see me watching. How do you like that little poster I created for the show here? Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Before we go, I guess this is the World Economic Forum, and this is some Joe Schmo talking about depopulating the planet, and I didn't like what he had to say. I don't know if I shared the audio. Here we go. Follow me at Live with Andy on Twitter. LIVEWITHANDY at Live with Andy.
So in the session we just attended here at the Economic Forum, I think there was a sense of relief actually in your frankness. You brought up some issues that others are reluctant to bring up.
Always. All the religious groups are against me because I'm talking about population. They want more souls. I want less on the planet.
Oh, it's so funny talking about murdering people. Oh my God, you guys are great. Oh, you know, our world leaders, they go to the World Economic Forum and they listen to people like this talk. Just to let you know, Klaus Schwab has a lot of our political parties, especially Canada, Venezuela, France, Germany, the United States. He has a lot of politicians under his World Economic Forum umbrella. And they all go to this big meeting. George Webb was there this year, and they talk about stuff like this. And they sit there and they go, oh, yeah, world depopulation. Oh, vaccines. Oh, Bill Gates. Oh, mushroom burgers, whatever it is. And that's when they come away from these and then they start pushing these agendas. And you go, why are they pushing this stuff? It's because they go and they listen to retards like this. Sorry for using that word, but that's I don't know how to explain these guys' attitudes at this point in time. Oh, they want more souls on the planet. I want less souls. I wish that interviewer would have just like stabbed him in the heart, just right in the side, and been like, "You want less souls?" It's like, bye, brother. Say hi to Gandhi on your way up. These people sicken me. But go to @LiveWithAndy on Twitter. That's some of the content you get. Oh yeah, see, I talked about Kanye True Social Parlor. This is a joke. This is a joke I had. This is how all teachers actually think about. This is what they think about your children and the youth of America.
Okay.
The girl's not even holding the rope. This is what they do. Okay, let's walk you through life. You young kids, your parents are wrong. Hold my rope. I'm gonna lead you off the deep end, and that's today's educators, to say the least. But that's today's show. Go to @LiveWithAndy on Twitter. Give me a follow. @LiveWithAndy on YouTube to watch my show. I want Tyrone. Come on, Tyrone. Are you out there? Tyrone, come on. I should have done that. Rockefeller Records. Jay-Z. Tyrone's not Rockefeller at all. Tyrone actually has a great taste in music. But he's going to be doing some shows. We got Norman and Wendy. They moved, so they're getting their internet connection set. So they'll be doing some shows here soon. But for now, you got me. I'm going to be doing a show tomorrow at 5 o'clock. I think I'm going to do this. I want to do one every day, just a short little hour show, or hour and a half, hour and 22 minutes, however long it lasts, but I at least want to go for an hour. So make sure you continue to come back every day, and don't forget to like, share, give it to your family, give it to your friends, and we can have some fun as we talk. I know you guys watch all these other channels out there. It's all doom and gloom. The world's going to come to an end, and they're all serious. And it's like, no, we got to keep it lighthearted, Life is fun. Life is exciting. You should not take for granted every breath you take. You only got, for all I know, you only got one chance at this, so you might as well enjoy it. I almost see the scar here. Actually, it's starting to go away. I had many near-death experiences. I was passed out from a heart attack. So you try to live every moment like it's your last. Not to be cheesy, but go out and do it. Like Nike said, just do it. Speaking of Nike, Kanye also talks about how Nike in that interview, just do it, how they were influencing the Black population as well, and leading them to, let's buy shoes, let's buy clothes, let's buy shit that doesn't matter. He's like, the thing that matters is land. Let's buy land. You're nothing till you own property. And so that's something he was trying to send a message to the people as well. So, all right, without further ado, McDuff's going to be on. Go to McDuff Lives. I think he's got Kulak on today. Thank you for reminding me, Charles. Did Andy move to Texas? Is G. Webster working with NNS? I have been out of touch for a while. I did move to Texas. I'm in Lubbock, Texas. My heart got stolen, and I had to move away from Michigan and move to Texas. Sometimes when you find a love in your life, you got to make some big moves. You should all keep that in mind, whether it be someone that loves you, you love a job, you love a different path in life. Take it. Don't let anyone tell you no. You got to do what you got to do to get shit done. It's your life. You know what I mean? So, G-Dub working with NNS. He's not working with NNS at the moment. We're trying to get the band back together, but we're getting there. So just give us some patience. But for the meantime, you got me. Who's better than me? Anthony Fauci. All right, guys, I'm officially go. McDuff at 8 o'clock. I think he's got Kulak on for his normal Tuesday spot. Love you guys. Love the show. Love America. Love your freedoms. Love your neighbor. Love your wife. Love your kids. Love your mom. Love your dad. Love God. Love every breath you take. I don't know why I said that twice.